Let's rank some freaking cringy acting challenges. Hi, hello, my name is Jarrett, and watch out, sisters, I'm the real prima donna. Head coach, head cheerleader's gonna be me, Lakeisha Kiana. So sorry. There have been some butt ugly, awful acting challenges across the Drag Race franchises, and we are going to rank those today. I'm gonna go through and rank all of them on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is the most cringe possible. We're gonna try and not let this drag on forever. So join me in this journey and make sure to rank along with me, starting in season 2 where we get our very first acting challenge, and that is Country Queens. This is the first season, and so I don't want to be too critical of it, but they switched scripts last second, which I think harmed everybody. That makes this entire acting challenge extremely uncomfortable to watch. It is number 6 on a cringe scale. We have Queens in Space, which is edited down to be such a short piece of content by the time we see it. I might be blind standing, but I'm gonna put it at 1. The most uncomfortable person in this whole scene is Mimi I'm First. And even then, I can forgive it because I think I understand where she was going with the character. Season 4 gives us Queens Behind Bars. I think a lot of this skit is quite funny. I love both teams. Milan is a little bit of a chop, but we have the iconic Kenya Michaels doing over and over and over again. High school gym class. I was wiping my friend's sticky beaver. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's at 4. Season 5 introduces Drama Queens to us, a telenovela acting challenge, which is really in poor taste in 2025 lenses. Honestly, this is pretty freaking cringe. Alyssa is awful. Coco is awful. Alaska and Jinx are the only ones who are able to really connect with their character and give us a good story. But this whole challenge, not only is it in poor taste, but it's badly written. And then it's badly acted on top of it. I'm putting it at 7 on a cringe scale.
Hi, I forgot about this challenge because I'm a complete flop. It's well written but badly acted, cringe level 5.
Season 7 introduces us to the most cringy acting challenge, and that's Shakespeare. This is the worst written challenge. Like when they were sitting down and thought, let's put Shakespeare in the RuPaul universe. Why did they choose Romeo and Juliet, but then also pair it with Romeo and Michelle? Make it make sense. I love the idea of calm down, Beyonce. They could have easily just done all of the iconic moments of Drag Race and had that been its own Shakespearean acting challenge. And I think that could have been funny, but even then, like, I don't know. There's a lot of misses. And then the story doesn't make sense. Cheerleading tryouts, but then they poison each other, and then the spirits. It's at number 8 on the scale, but I love the cringe of this challenge. Season 7 also gives us Rue Hollywood stories. I kind of live, laugh, love season 7, despite all of its awkward moments. My monkeys made you this potato salad. Oh, it's so bad. This is crazy. I'm gonna put it at number 6 on the cringe scale, but again, I live for it. Season 8 gives us Ruko's Empire. I like the acting of this because I think the writing was good. They had a solid source of inspiration and were able to take the RuPaul universe and plug that into a script that made sense. Both groups, I think, were well written, except for the lesbian character. Robbie, Derek, and Cynthia are miserable to watch, but everybody else is so good. And that gives us this iconic start of Thorgy versus Bob, and the two of them both just battling to showboat the most. It's at number 3 on the cringe scale. Season 9 gives us 9021 Ho. I fucking hate this challenge. I hate this challenge, and it has a lot to do with those directors, those two girls, the blonde girl with the bun, and I hated them as directors. I think they guided the set badly. While the writing wasn't terrible, I think it was a little outdated for this particular cast who were all so young and didn't quite understand the references that were being introduced to them. It's a bit of a chop as far as a challenge, but I don't find it terribly cringe. I just think the queens did not connect with it, so it's at 4 in the cringe scale. Season 10 gave us Breast World, and I wish it didn't. I despise Breast World. This was maybe the last relevant acting challenge because Westworld was really big in pop culture. Everyone was talking about it. So I think a lot of people were excited that Drag Race was going to parody it. but then chose to go in the worst direction. What's most confusing is that they have tons of Drag Race references, and I don't understand how the queens did not connect with all of these iconic moments like Ivy Winters. How do you not know that? How? The spirits. It is miserable to watch. It is miserably written. The set is awful. It's at 8 on the cringe scale. Actually, I'm gonna pump it up to 9. I don't think I ever want to watch Breastworld ever again. However, Asia is so good in that season, so I don't want to give it a complete 10 because I love watching her as Parasailing. Season 11 gave us Good God Girl Get Out. I don't have anything nice to say about this challenge. I think it had a great premise. Get Out meets Black Panther. There were a lot of great ideas. I think this cast was too afraid to commit to what the challenge needed them to do. Suga was great. I love Sugarcane in this challenge. But like, what was any of that? I'm gonna put it at 10. That is a challenge I will never watch willingly ever again if I don't have to. Season 12 gave us Grey's Anatomy, which I think is extremely well written, albeit not super important pop culturally by the point that season 12 had come out. Like, yes, Grey's Anatomy had been continuing to air and probably will never stop airing, but it just didn't have that staying power. I think what this challenge does well is it creates almost vignettes of a through line story in the same way that a medical drama would, and I think it does a good job at capturing the essence of that and being interesting. Plus, this is an entire lineup of queens that just got what they were doing. Grey's Anatomy, I would probably put at 2 on the cringe scale. I think I really only get uncomfortable by whatever it was that Aiden was doing. And personally, I don't think Nikki was that bad. Season 13 gave us the RuPaul Mark channel. Blech. We got Flag Victory, and that's all I want to remember. And then we got Tamisha going, it's awful. It's really awful. 8 on the cringe scale. And then for whatever reason, after watching the RuPaul Mark channel, which was awful, they were like, let's do another acting challenge, and gave us the worst acting challenge of all time with Honey, I Shrunk the Drag Queens. Super outdated reference, by the way. But then on top of it, it's terribly and awfully written. I would love to not remember a singular thing about this because everyone was bad, because the script was bad. And it's green screen, which is my least favorite type of challenge. It is at a full 10 on the cringe scale. Season 14 gave us She's a Super Tease, which is listed as an acting challenge, but to me it's very similar to Draggle Rock from season 5, where yes, it was acting, but they self-wrote. So I don't count that. I also want to include that later down the road, RDR Live is included as an acting challenge, but to me, that's a little more of an improv-based challenge, so I'm not going to include those. What I will talk about is season 14's Daytona Wind. So I'm not 15 years old, and I don't think that excessive fart humor is funny. I think every now and again, a well-placed fart can be hilarious. Like if the edit is, what's that smell? That's funny, but when it's every other line is a fart, it's sort of like, who was the demographic for this? This is not funny. The acting is so good. I love everybody in this challenge. The excessive farts make it cringe, therefore it is in 6 on the cringe scale. And then season 15 gave us the Daytona Wind Part 2. Boot. Marsha is flawless from start to finish in this challenge. Mistress and Malaysia have great chemistry, and a couple others have moments. But I hate everything about the choices that were made in this. It makes me uncomfortable to the point where my stomach goes in knots. 10 on the cringe scale. And then season 17 gives us Ross Matthews and the Ducks. Okay, I loved just about everybody here. Jules was a little tough to watch, but I really liked the premise of it. I liked the setup, and I liked the way that all the characters interacted with each other. I think even the queens in the cast had a lot of chemistry by that point in the season. They had a lot of energy together. I thoroughly enjoyed this challenge, and I think it was well written, leading to less uncomfortability. I'm gonna put it at number 3 on the cringe scale. So with that, let me know what your ratings are in the comments below, and I will see y'all on the flip.